of the 2012 World Series. Bottom of the fifth.
And listen to this hand as everybody gets on their feet.
Here comes Pablo Sandoval.
He has been the star with the bat for the Giants. 2 at-bats, 2 home runs. What a night for Pablo Sandoval.
This guy's such a talent. We're not amazed what he can do with the bat.
And he is shooting for the 3-home-run club.
And you're kind of thinking, okay, has this ever been done before?
Ball and a strike to Pablo.
I didn't even think he hit a home run. I just try to calm down myself, try to get a pitch I can hit.
Oh, Pablo!
1-1 pitch.
There's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series.
He hacked to the 2-0, now the 2-1. Line drive and a base hit. Just as the score in the tying run. Green to the plate. And he is safe. Safe at the plate. The Braves go to the World Series.
Holiday is 1 strike away. The 0-2. A bouncer. Ruiz. In time! Roy Holiday!
This is MLB's Epic Moments. A Panda strikes. In the fall of 2010, the Giants brought San Francisco its first ever World Series title.
And that's it. Yes! For the first time in 52 years, the Giants are world champions.
And they did so in large part without the services of Pablo Sandoval, who just 1 year prior had been seen as one of the team's future stars.
Second best average in the National League last year at .330. This year, as time went on during the course of the regular season, his average started to fall off, and now here in the postseason, he's a bench player for Bruce Bochy.
And you're one of the faces of the franchise, and you're sitting on the bench in the World Series.
Career 300 hitter. Wake up call.
Sandoval was called up by the Giants during the 2008 season.
Now the Major League debut of Pablo Sandoval.
Sandoval, only 5 feet 11 inches tall, 246 pounds.
Big dude.
He is big. Giants are very excited about this catcher.
Considered at first to be a backup catcher, Pablo's bat quickly caught the Giants' eye.
Sandoval goes the other way. His first major league home run.
And the rookie's got an 8-game hitting streak.
He hit .345 in 41 games that year and picked up a catchy nickname along the way.
Call him the Panda, Kung Fu Panda. Barry Zito gave him that nickname.
That come from Tito. One day, after playing in Los Angeles versus Dodgers.
Into center. Sandoval is on his way to the plate.
I jumped over the catcher.
He jumps over the tag and scores.
And started calling me Kung Fu Panda.
I gave him the nickname, actually, after I saw the movie Kung Fu Panda. You know, you wouldn't know it by looking at him, but he had superpowers. And Pablo's kind of like that.
As Pablo Sandoval hurdles over the yard wad tag, dives, and touches home plate.
I mean, you see him on the street, you wouldn't think he was one of the best athletes in the game. And, you know, I think he is.
Sandoval with a great catch! Wow!
And the way he does what he does with the bat as well is just ridiculous.
Pablo was ridiculously good in 2009, his first full season in the majors.
High drive! Left field! Out of here! Vote for Pablo!
First career grand slam.
The Kung Fu Panda hit .330 with 25 homers and 90 RBIs that year. Finished 7th in the MVP voting and watched his cult following grow.
Getting crazy now everywhere where I go on, Kung Fu Panda everywhere.
That's the Panda. That's the Panda.
23 years old, being my second year in the big leagues, I'm so that for me it's exciting, you know. My dream is complete.
They love this kid, and they should love this kid.
Pandemonium, I mean, people just freak out when he comes up.
Yep, the new kid on the block's a hit, Pablo Sandoval.
Sandoval seemed to carry that momentum into 2010, hitting .368 in April.
Pablo is in a groove.
But he soon experienced the dreaded sophomore slump, and his batting average plummeted 62 points from the prior year.
This game will humble everybody at some point. I mean, this is the biggest what have you done for me lately game. If you're not getting the job done, they will go out and find somebody else to do it.
Sandoval's struggles continued throughout the postseason, where he hit 176 with just 2 RBIs in 6 games. The slump caused the overweight and out-of-shape Sandoval to be benched in the World Series.
Mira, Panda, ¿qué pasa, bro? ¿Y qué aquí? Ahí, tranquilito. ¿Y tú qué? ¿Ya pueden jugar, bro? ¿Qué pasa ahora? Le perdió la confianza, cabrón, ¿eh? Tranquilo. Tranquilo, estamos en la Serie Mundial. Este tiempo yo estaba, el año pasado estaba yo en mi casa.
You know, it's a humbling game sometimes when things don't go well, but what's important is how you deal with it, and this guy's been working hard to get it back.
The weight gain by Pablo Sandoval has basically cost him the opportunity to play. It's something that the Giants, and in particular Pablo, have to tackle over the offseason.
In the wake of Pablo Sandoval's disappointing sophomore season in 2010, the Giants looked to his conditioning as a possible reason.
We've seen 2 different Pablos. We saw one of the best hitters in the game 2 years ago, and last year he had a hiccup.
The future of their once promising third baseman was a major concern for the franchise in the offseason.
He's going to have to come back and he's going to have to win his job as a third baseman.
Yes, and he can do it. We saw it 2 years ago in the first half of this season, when things went downhill. And thank God we had the coverage with the veterans and we had the versatility. And we'll have some of that this year if, Lord knows, it doesn't go right for him to start the season.
In an effort to get him back to his 09 form, the Giants instituted a program, one called Operation Panda.
Pablo and I sat down after the season, and we had a heart-to-heart talk, and you know, there's a time when he has to take responsibility for getting himself in the type of shape that he needs to be in.
We were brutally honest with him. From the weight standpoint and general conditioning, he needs to get religion.
I guess the worst case, he could end up in the minor leagues.
I hate that man.
Go get him, Bobby. Go get him.
So Pablo spent the winter in Arizona, determined to get back in shape, pushing himself harder at every turn.
Fine. Push. Push right here. Come on. Push. Nice. Finish it. 2 more steps. It's an easy day. What are we going to do?
I'm going to throw out.
Oh, you want to throw out?
I make a decision this year after talking with Sebi and with Bocci, you know, you're a great player, but if you don't work it out, lose weight, you're going to lose your job. I love baseball.
You tell me somebody was working harder than you are right now.
No.
Huh? Okay.
MVP.
That's what it is, right? Yeah. Keep that in your head.
Yeah.
Did you see Pablo's BP yesterday?
Pablo. Homer? Oof. Just pretty good.
Over in the pavilion there, it was stupid.
Pretty impressive.
Oh, my God.
Pablo, how many pounds you actually lost from last season to this moment?
I'm not going to tell how many pounds I lost, but I lost a lot. Last season, I was 275.
239.6. Dude, 35 pounds. 35 pounds.
I gained a lot of pounds in 2010. You know, a lot of things happened with me, but the important work I've been doing, you know, you see the result.
It could also be seen in the numbers, as Pablo was hitting .313 through the end of April. One of the few bright spots in a struggling Giants offense.
Ahim! Yes! Go, Panda, go, Panda, go!
He's a different player. That's what he's showing early here, and it's a credit to how hard he worked this offseason.
We're talking about an offense that is major upgrade from last year. Big time.
Now, this guy's an impact-type player.
He's on the brink of having a really big year.
I'm out of here!
But in late April, Pablo suffered a setback.
Pablo Sandoval, been the Giants' best player so far this year, broke his hamate bone last night on a swing.
It's tough being in the deal. My first time being in the deal. I was a little, you know, sad because all the workout I've been doing the off season. I'm a little scared, but you know, you have to be positive. couple of things gonna happen. It's gonna be good, you know.
You never had surgery on anything before?
Never. My first one, you know.
He would miss 41 games. And shortly after returning, he went on another tear. Operation Panda resulted in his first All-Star selection.
The San Francisco Giants, Pablo Sandoval.
He also had the third longest single-season hitting streak in San Fran history.
And there's a 22-game hitting streak.
And though the Giants failed to reach the postseason, Pablo had regained his '09 form, batting .315 on the year with 23 homers and 70 RBIs.
And Pablo Sandoval is hot, folks.
Scottsdale, Arizona, spring training home of the Giants. The Giants' mission in 2012, recapture the magic and get back to the postseason after falling short in 2011.
Pablo's 2012 was nearly a mirror image of his 2011, including a team record hitting streak at the start of the season.
Every game the Giants have played this year, Kung Fu Panda has a base hit.
16 games.
17. You just passed the Great Wheel of Bays.
19 in a row to start the year.
It's at 20.
So Pablo now has that all-time Giants record to himself.
But once again, he'd be sidelined, this time by fracturing his left hamate bone, almost a year to the day after he fractured his right.
He had the hand injury, and I really think getting some time between the surgery and postseason gave him time to get that hand stronger, and he was swinging the bat the way we know he's capable of.
Panda people are very happy that their hero is back in the lineup.
And Pablo came back in time to earn a trip to his second straight All-Star game, this time as a starter, voted in by the fans.
Batting seventh, playing third base from the San Francisco Giants, Pablo Sandoval.
In the Midsummer Classic, he first faced Justin Verlander, a portent of what was to come later in the year in the other Classic.
Bautista can't get there, gets away from Bautista. 3 runs are going to score, and Sandoval ends up at third base. He's just made it 4-0 National League.
Despite missing another 18 games to a hamstring injury, Pablo had a decent year with 12 home runs and 63 RBIs in just 108 games.
Attaboy! Adios! Pelota!
Interesting story about him is that we forget that it was almost a tale of two seasons, in that, you know, he lost time to the injury, but he was very confident he had turned his corner. He proved that during the regular season.
So, how you doing?
The Panda helped the Giants win the NL West by 8 games over the Dodgers.
He was one of the key reasons this team was able to rise up.
And that's it. The Giants, for the second time in 3 years, National League West champions.
San Francisco lived on the edge in the division series, going down 2 games to none to Cincinnati. But they clawed back thanks in part to Panda in Game 4.
Sandoval gets a high drive to right. Out of here!
His .333 average in that series helped the Giants make history.
What a comeback. The first team ever in division play in the National League to overcome a 2-0 deficit. The San Francisco Giants will advance to the NLCS.
Way to go! That's the way you do it. Yes. Way to go, Pablo.
The script read much the same in the LCS. Down 3 games to 1 to the defending champion Cardinals, Pablo helped bring his team back from the brink.
This guy's such a talent. We're not amazed what he can do with the bat.
Home run, Pablo Sandoval, and it's 5-0 Giants. He homered last night, he homers tonight.
I was glad he was on our side.
In the center, a base hit. It's 5-0 Giants here in the second.
And really was on top of his game as he came into the postseason.
Another elimination game won by the Giants. That's 5 in a row in this postseason, rather incredibly.
This was the DNA of this ball club. Never say die, and they found a way to get it done.
The Giants win the pennant. And they did it in a way that nobody's ever done before. Giants and the Detroit Tigers will be facing one another on baseball's biggest stage, the World Series.
The Giants are in the World Series for the second time in 3 years and hosting the Detroit Tigers of the American League. First time these two teams meet ever in the World Series.
Bruce, 2 years ago, Pablo didn't play very much in the World Series. How pleased are you that he had a chance to get involved in this one?
Well, I'm happy for him. I'm sure he looks back at 2010. I'm sure he wasn't too happy with how it went.
Pablo Sandoval was virtually unused. He played one game as a starting player, and that was as a designated hitter in Texas.
It was so important for Pablo to get out there and play. Now he has a chance to shine on stage.
The two down, and here comes Pablo Sandoval. For the first time, Sandoval facing Verlander since the All-Star game back in July.
My first time facing the All-Star game.
Sandoval ends up at third base.
See, it's way different, so we see what's going on. We're going to play our game.
Verlander thrown.
High fastball, swung on and belted deep in the center. Jackson going back. Still going back. Pablo Sandoval with a home run.
On an 0-2 pitch, and the Giants take a 1-0 lead in the first.
When I was running the base, it's excited for me because my first home run in the World Series at home. The fans went crazy.
I really think that the home run not only knocked Verlander back on his heels, but it showed Detroit that they had their hands full, and it really set the tone for the series.
Come the third inning of Game 1, Pablo reinforced that tone when he came up with a runner on first.
Here's Sandoval, who hit the home run in the first inning.
The 2-0.
Sandoval takes it the other way, left field. Goodbye, home run! Second homer of the game, Sandoval.
And it's 4-0 here in the third inning for these red-hot Giants against Justin Verlander.
Because it was a very good pitch, too. It was a kind of, down and away pitch, and to be able to hit it and also hit it that far, opposite field homer, that was very impressive.
I don't know, man. It's part, when you feel great, everything's going your way.
After 4 innings, Verlander is gone.
Oh, boy. They had a game plan against him, and his name was Sandoval.
Pablo came up once again in the 5th with a chance to etch his name in the books.
And he is shooting for the 3-home-run club.
I didn't even think of hitting a home run, man. I just try to calm down myself and try to get a pitch I can hit. He threw me fast with the first pitch. My bat started flying.
And he loses his bat.
So I get a new bat. He threw me ball in the dirt.
There's a pitch that bounced 8 feet in front of home plate.
You know what? He probably gonna throw it again, so why not?
Into center, at the wall.
Number 3 for Pablo Sandoval. His first 3 at-bats in this World Series. And Pablo Sandoval looks like the babe himself has come back to life.
When he hit the third one, we just erupted. I mean, now you're messing with history.
I know I was in shock, just kind of thinking about what just happened. And then you're kind of thinking, okay, has this ever been done before? Who did it? Then we're all trying to play trivia.
It's one of only 4 that have ever hit 3 home runs in a World Series game.
Pujols did it last year, Reggie in 77. The Babe did it twice in 26 and 28.
What does that make you think when you hear those names and your name is with it?
I still can't believe it, man. Things you're gonna never forget. You dream like a little kid in the World Series.
But even in that distinguished club of baseball royalty, Pablo stood alone as the only one of the men to hit the home runs in his first 3 plate appearances.
I hit 3 home runs. It's too much for me right now.
I was so happy for him because, the last World Series when they won it in 2010, he didn't have the opportunity to play. That kind of making want this a little more.
Pablo, the forgotten man for the 2010 World Series, making up the lost time in this World Series.
We got up and down our career, You have to keep your head on and keep focusing, keep working hard, You never know what's going to happen. I never lost your faith to be here.
Pablo will tell you learn from all your experiences, and he learned from that and ended up having a great World Series for us.
He just had an unbelievable series. He ended up being the MVP, so happy for him.
Sandoval was practically a spectator in the 2010 World Series. This time, it was Pablo who led the Giants to their 2nd title in 3 years. and did so in epic fashion.
For the 7th time in their franchise history, the Giants are the world champions.
This is crazy, you know, my 4th year with the team, you know, to do that up and down. It's blessed that when you come back strong.
You did good, Sandoval. Congratulations. You did something!
Pablo, nobody will ever forget your 3 home run performance in Game 1. Marvelous, marvelous World Series. Congratulations.
I prepared my mind, you know, I prepared myself to be in this position. You know, I just was waiting for my moment. You know, get the MVP for me was exciting, man.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest